Welcome back, welcome back. We are going to go ahead and work on a Venn diagram. And before we start, every time I put down the pen, you're going to pause, teacher. You're going to pause, small group leader. You're going to pause, students who's doing this at home. You're going to pause and speak or read or write. And then I'll lift up my pen, and that means you're going to unpause and pause. So today we're working on a Venn diagram. Capital V, diagram, fancy word for picture that has information. Picture that has information. Venn diagram, Venn diagram. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before. A Venn diagram is when you have two big fat circles. Woohoo, let's make two big fat circles. Here's circle number one, and here's circle number two. Two big fat circles. I'm going to go ahead and pause. So good, so good. All right. And here in a Venn diagram, that's where we contrast two things. We contrast. What does contrast mean? Contrast means we see how things are different. We contrast things, we see how they are different. How they are different. I'm going to put different here, and I want you to copy what I have here. You make sure everything is spelled right. We're going to contrast thing one with thing two and see how it's different. And then in the middle, we're going to go ahead and compare. And compare means see how they are the same. I'm going to go ahead and make my little arrow here, and I'm going to write COMPARE, compare. We're going to go ahead and pause, and you're going to make this. Excellent. And it doesn't matter if yours is not beautiful, mine is not beautiful. The main purpose of this is to be able to read some ideas and some thoughts. And oftentimes it's used for reading comprehension, but it's also used for planning informational writing, right? So sometimes we want to have our thoughts organized before we write. So today, my lovelies, we are going to compare and contrast two sets of animals. Well, two animals, should I say. What is this? Go ahead, raise your hand. If you said a type of shark, here it says spiny dogfish, a shark, ding, 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 you are right. So I'm going to go ahead here at the bottom, and I'm going to write shark, sharks, and baby sharks are called pups, pups. And you might be wondering, why is she talking about baby sharks? Well, I'm talking about baby sharks because my next animal I found a picture of the baby cats, and baby cats are called kittens. Absolutely right. So we have cats, and we have kittens, baby cats, right? I'm going to go ahead and pause while you catch up here. Excellent. So I would love for us to have maybe 4 or 5 things in each little section. So I'm going to put 4 bullets. Let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put, so we're going to write 4 things about sharks. And here we're going to write 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to write 4 things about cats or kittens. And why don't we write 2 or 3 things? Let's do 3. Three things that they're the same. That's true about sharks, and that's true about cats. So we're going to go ahead and go on this side. Let me pause so you could do the bullets. These are called bullets. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the cats or kittens. We're going to start here. I'm going to pause, and you are going to raise your Zoom hand, or if you're in a live classroom, raise your real hand and tell me something that's true about cats or kittens. Okay. And I liked hearing different things. It could be how they look. Maybe you want to talk about their fur. Maybe they have claws. Maybe they like to run around. Maybe they live in homes. You could tell me anything about kittens. In case you didn't get a chance the first time, I'm going to pause. If you have any more ideas, go ahead, raise your hand and say and tell your teacher things about cats or kittens. Excellent. So maybe you heard some of your friends have ideas or facts or ideas about cats, and or maybe you're by yourself doing this and you'll upload it onto Google Classroom. So I want you to take those ideas, pick 4 of them and write them down. If you are by yourself and you really have no idea, you could just use mine, but I'd prefer to hear yours. So I'm gonna put this. Many of them live in houses. When you live in houses, another word for that is they're domestic. So we have domestic animals like cats and dogs and fish and birds. But there's also cats and kittens that are in the wild. They live outside. So, but oftentimes they live in houses. I'm gonna put they're very fast. They're very fast, very fast. I'm gonna put here that they have claws. And you see that after a bullet, you don't have a complete sentence. You could just have one word, or you could have phrases, which means a couple of words. Because this is not for complete sentences, this is for ideas. They have claws, and I'm going to put that they have, oh, why don't I put that they have whiskers? They have whiskers. Let me see if we could see the picture. Hold on. Can we see the whisk? Oh, we could see the whiskers. Look right on this one. Look, look. Here's the whiskers, right? Here's the whiskers. All right, I'm going to pause. You're going to write down your 4 things. And if you don't have enough, you could go ahead and use mine. But I'd rather use yours. And don't worry so much about spelling. Just sound it out and try your best. Unless you're copying. If you're copying, then copy it correctly. Perfect. Now we're going to do the same thing about sharks. Sharks. So here's my picture about sharks. Take a good look at my shark. And then you're going to go ahead and pause, teacher or a student. You're going to pause and you're going to say things out loud. Even if you're by yourself, I want you to say things out loud in your house about sharks. Good. So maybe if you're in a group, you heard some friends share their thoughts and ideas and facts about sharks. So let's go ahead and write some. You know, sharks, one thing I like about sharks that's not true of kittens. Did you know that sharks can be blue? The color blue? I think that's kind of amazing. I like that. I'm gonna put that they like to be by themselves, some of them, but some of them also are in groups. So I'm gonna put um can be solitary, so can be alone or solitary, depends on the shark, right? And I went out of my circle, that's okay. Or be in groups, or when we talk about fish as a classification, a group of fish is called a school, just like you are in a school. So they can be alone, solitary, or be in groups. And the groups is called a school. Okay, in this picture here, don't worry, I'm gonna pause soon. So here, this shark is in a school. It's with other sharks, right? So sometimes sharks like to be alone or solitary, and sometimes they like to be in a school. Okay. Sharks eat live animals. So they eat all kinds of ocean animals, even bigger animals like sea lions. Sharks eat live animals. Cats, especially if they're house cats, they eat food that's already prepared for them. So they don't really have to hunt. If they're in the wild, they may have to hunt, but at home they don't have to hunt. And I'm going to put that sharks have fins. So go ahead and maybe you're going to write something that your friend said, like sharks live in the water. Sharks, they breathe through their gills. There's all kinds of things you could write. These are my four. I want you to write down four things about sharks right here on the right side of your paper. You know what I'm realizing? And I'm not going to start over. I messed up. I should have switched these two. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I messed up. So I'm realizing I messed up. So this side should be cats and this side should be sharks. So please fix yours. It's okay to cross out. It is okay to cross out. We love messy here at the Virtual Academy. And as long as you're thinking and reading and writing, we love it. I'm going to let you pause. Go ahead. Excellent. So now we have to figure out some things. How are these two the same? How are cats or kittens and sharks the same? Go ahead and pause. And how would you say they're both the same? Okay, let's see. Well, they both are animals. They're both animals, right? I hear a baby crying in the background. We're gonna ignore that. They both eat food, right? I'm pretty sure sharks have live babies. Some might have eggs, but for most of them, they have live babies. They don't have eggs. So they have live babies. So these are my things. Maybe you have different things. Go ahead and write what you heard your friends say. I'm going to pause. Excellent. So here we have things about cats that are special to cats, things that are special to sharks. And in the middle, we have things that are true of both of them. So you're going to go ahead and put this aside for now. I'm going to flip the page. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and write a paragraph. Maybe your paper has lines, mine doesn't. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and title our paragraph Cats and Sharks. Cats and Sharks. Go ahead and give it that title. Pause. And I'm going to give you some sentence stems. I'm going to quickly make some lines on my paper. If your paper already has lines, you don't need to make lines. I'm just going to go ahead and do it just so there's no confusion. Okay. And in a paragraph, we always indent. We always indent. So I'm going to put a couple of fingers down and my first letter is going to come right here because we always want to leave a little space. So you can copy my first sentence, but then you're going to go ahead and fill in the blanks. Okay. So I'm going to write here cats and sharks are very. And then for my next line, I'm going to go all the way over here because I want to make sure I'm indenting. Are very different animals. This is my first sentence. I'm not going to pause yet. We'll pause toward the end. I'm going to put a period right here. So cats and sharks are very different animals. And I, of course, put a capital C there. So cats, I want to go ahead and use commas in a series. So I want to put three things. Cats, I'm going to put a little blank. I'm going to put a blank. And I'm going to put a blank. Cats, blank, blank, and blank, period. And I'm going to I'm going to fill this in at the end. I don't want you to stress out. I'm going to give you some time right now, okay? Trust me, it's going to make sense in the end. Capital S for sharks, sharks, blank, blank, and blank. So commas in a series is basically when there's a list of things, okay? So here, I'm going to actually change color pens. Let me make sure that this is a good color. Nope, it's the same color as my other pen. That is okay. I think I have a red one. A purple. All right, purple. Oh, and I forgot my S for cats, just one of those days. So we want to, I'm going to go ahead and pause. You're going to pause and copy this. Perfect. Now I'm going to go back to my Venn diagram and I want, so here's my list. Cats, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I'm going to pick 3 things that cats do. I'm going to just live in houses, very fast, have claws. I'm just going to use the first 3. So cats live in houses, comma, have claws, comma. And what was my third one? Oh, very fast. Actually, I think they're both kind of very fast. I'm gonna put very fast for both of them. I'm gonna use whiskers. You don't have to change yours. I'm just sometimes since the Venn diagram is the idea, we change it for our final writing, right? And have whiskers. Okay. Cats and sharks are very different animals. Cats live in houses, have claws, and have whiskers. You're going to go ahead and you're going to write 3 things from your Venn diagram about cats. So yours probably is not going to look like mine. You're going to copy 3 things from your Venn diagram and you're going to fill it in the blank right now. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to do the same thing for sharks. I'm going to go to my Venn diagram. Sharks, I'm going to put can be blue, have fins, eat live animals. That's what I'm going to put for mine. Sharks can be blue, have fins, and eat live animals. And eat live animals. So here is my paragraph. Oh, and once again, I forgot my S. That's why it's good to proofread. Ay, 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 what a day. All right. Cats and sharks. So I'm going to go. Oh, did I pause? Let me pause to make sure you've caught up here. Okay. So now I'm going to read mine. You're going to listen to me read, and then you're going to read mine with me. Me first by myself. You read with your eyes. Cats and sharks. Cats and sharks are very different animals. Cats live in houses, have claws, and have whiskers. Sharks can be blue, have fins, and eat live animals. Now you're going to unmute, or if you're in a classroom, you're going to read with me by following the pen when I say go. Go. Cats and sharks. Cats and sharks are very different animals. Cats live in houses, have claws, and have whiskers. Sharks can be blue, have fins, and eat live animals. Excellent. Now you're going to read it out loud without me. You're going to follow the pen and go. Excellent. Now, some of you should have different writing here because your Venn diagram was different from my Venn diagram. If you have different writing and you would like to read yours out loud, please raise your Zoom hand or your real hand and read yours out loud. Great job, great job. Now we're going to want one more paragraph that's a bit short because here we talked about how they're different. But remember, we have this little section about how they're the same. We want to compare them. We want to not just contrast them, we want to compare them. So let's talk. I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to pick, they both are animals and they're both very fast. So for my second paragraph, I'm going to put, they are animals and they're both very fast. So for my second paragraph, I'm going to put, they are also similar. That means the same. If you want to copy the sentence, you can, or you could make your own. We want the reader to know that this paragraph is going to be how they're similar or how they're the same. So both I'm going to use here are very fast. You can use whatever you want. Your list might be different from mine. And Miss Laura, we're going to ignore this right now. Both swim very fast. Both swim very fast. And I'm going to put, what if I put have live babies? I like that one. They're also similar. Both swim very fast and have live babies. So for this paragraph, we're going to just do one extra sentence. Your sentence probably looks different than mine. Both swim very fast and have live babies. I'm going to read my second paragraph. But before I do that, I'm going to pause and you're going to write your second paragraph. This sentence could be the same as mine. The second sentence should be from your Venn diagram. And so it could be different. I would love it if it's different. So go ahead, pause and write. Excellent. Now we're going to read together. I'm going to read my second paragraph by myself. The second time you're going to read it with me. And the third time you're going to read it out loud by yourself and you're going to follow the pen. Ready? Go. They are also similar. Both swim very fast and have live babies. With me. Go. They are also similar. Both swim very fast and have live babies. By yourself out loud. Go. Excellent. Now I want a volunteer to read the whole thing, including the title. Read the whole thing, including the title, out loud in front of your group or class. I want volunteers. You're going to pause and do that. Excellent. I'll see you next time. Great lesson, everybody. Bye-bye.